Hello folks, it's me, David, but I'm taking no chances with this coronavirus thing that's supposed to be kicking about. And I don't know where any of you have been, so with that in mind, I'm doing this under protective cover. That was me tonight at Ibrox, all wrapped up against the cold and other things, as Rangers took on Bayer Leverkusen in the last 16 of the Europa League. And I wore this top because if you're going to play Leverkusen, then this is the only one that springs to mind. But unfortunately, the game itself was more reminiscent of a game we had against Bayern Munich under Graham Souness, where a very classy German side came, and sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say you were beaten by the better team. And in this instance, that was what happened. Unfortunately, Bayer had so many classy players all over the field, and it'd been interesting to see what Rangers on form would have done. And we're not in the best of form, unfortunately. But the team worked hard tonight, but levels, and you can see the attacking quality. The first half, I thought that the crowd at Ibrox were terrific tonight. There was a surreal atmosphere because of all that's going on with coronavirus, etc. We don't know if the season is going to go ahead. We don't know if this tournament is going to go ahead, or whether or not it will be called to a halt at this UEFA meeting on Tuesday. So there were a lot of gallows humour before the match in the pubs around Paisley Road West, but the surreal situation where games in Germany have been completely called off now, but yet they were over here with their fans who weren't allowed into games at home, were allowed in here. And there was a terrific atmosphere in the stadium beforehand. And when it started, Rangers, I thought, went for a kind of containment strategy in the first half. Quite happy to allow Bayer to have the ball on the edge of their box, but would get into shape behind it and try and keep them out. We'd left Yanis Hadji out. I felt that was a mistake. Joe Aribo played, and I think Hadji at this level offers us more. He's a better technical player. But it was working reasonably well. Rangers were having to work very, very hard indeed, but the Germans weren't making a lot of what you might call clear-cut chances. However, they were constantly probing, and it's kind of like, as Spurs fans will testify from their matches against Bayern Munich and Red Bull this season, that these teams, they don't need 8 or 9 chances to score 1 or 2 goals. That they are very clinical. And unfortunately, VAR comes to Scotland after all my moaning, and of course it goes against us, but no complaints from me about it. I didn't see the incident at the time. George Edmondson had kind of made an error that led to an attack, and from that cross into the box, he's gone at it with his hand up. It struck him on the hand, and look, none of us like this modern handball rule. However, it is the rule, and under that, it is a penalty. I've got no complaints. Kai Havertz put it away. He's very, very good. Havertz, he rolled it away for 1-0. I did think that it was reasonably well handled. Incidentally, the VAR, they put up on the big screen straight away that the referee was checking for a penalty. He ran over, checked it on the screen, gave the penalty, and then they showed the incident on the big screen to kind of remove any doubt. So 1-0 at half time. A little unfortunately, as I thought we'd been coming into the match a little bit, but not going to lie and suggest we were all over them or anything into the second half. And Rangers, to our credit, went for it a little bit more. Again, having to work very, very hard. We don't have a lot of players in their top form at the moment. I mean, Alfredo is nowhere near what he was in the group stage. Stephen Davis tonight was awful. His passing was dreadful. There was one moment where he really got the crowd on his back with 3 really bad passes in about the space of a minute. And you can see he's going, look, why is this happening to me? Kamara's not particularly in his best place either. So only Scott Arfield, with his energy and industry in midfield, was really, you would say, playing well in there. But Rangers did make changes. Florian Kamberi came on, and eventually Yanis Hadji came on, and they both did make a difference. They played well. However, when the second goal came, again, quality strike. Rangers had got away with one a minute before when Stephen Davis had nodded a goal-bound shot. He'd been on the post for the corner, he nodded it wide, but from that corner, Rangers didn't clear their lines successfully. Even so, it dropped Haranguis in the box, and what a finish for 2-0. And at that point, The Rangers team could have been forgiven for feeling sorry for themselves, but they didn't. And, again, with the crowd right behind them, got back into it. Terrific corner from Tav. Up went big George Edmondson, headed it. Luckily, the Germans didn't have a man on the post, and it went in off the post for 2-1. And could Braga happen again? There was definitely a feeling there was another goal in the game, which end would decide it, whether the tie was live or not going into the next round, if and when it happens. The next leg, sorry, if and when it happens. And when it came from the Germans. The Jamaican player Bailey, who looks superb, man. Him and Diaby on the other wing, absolute lightning. They are so quick. And lovely bit of skill. Again, just a perfect finish, Alan McGregor. It was almost cruel because he had no chance. And 3-1, that was it. And realistically, we're not going to go to Leverkusen and beat them 3-0. I think everyone is mature enough to accept that. But the Rangers fans at the end were, applauding the side off. We realise how well they've done to get to this stage, going back all the way to St Joseph's right at the start of the season. It's been a remarkable run, and if that was a valedictory performance in it, then it's given us some memories and some moments that we'll never forget. On now to Sunday, we welcome Celtic to Ibrox in a match that does look as though it's going ahead, does look as though it's going ahead in front of a crowd. And Rangers will have to gear themselves out. I think this will be the last match. We'll see Rangers for a wee while. We'll see any Scottish football for a wee while. So just going empty the tank. Canberra even, and Hadji. Yanis Hadji definitely gave the manager something to think about tonight. There are other players who are just not in form, and he's got decisions ahead of him for this match on Sunday. So I will see you back here after that. I don't know when I'll see you after that, but I will definitely see you back here on Sunday. Until then, you have a good weekend, be safe, and I'll talk to you again on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.